Season review and transfer special time. We need to build a side that's capable of competing with the Premier League and defending that title and winning the Champions League as well. I think if we can win the Champions League this year, we will end the save. Hello and welcome to Club 6, episode 10 of Half Star to 5 Star here on Football Manager 23. I'm Russ. Today we're going to have the season review, the transfer special, and then the first game of the new season. As I said in the intro, we need to build a team that's capable of defending the Premier League and winning the Champions League next year. So we need to be shrewd with our business. We've done a little bit of business already. It's just filling in those little gaps, adding depth to the team. So let's start off with the season review then. As you can see from the first page, we are Premier League winners. And we are Conference Cup winners, Conference League winners, whatever we want to call it. Green European Cup, there we go. So yeah, there's the two trophies there. New arrivals then. I'm thinking Jefferson's going to win this one. He was solid for the team and he does win signing of the season as well. £21 million we paid for him. 49 games, 4 goals, 14 assists, 7.52 rating. Absolute phenomenal signing. He's only going to get better as well. He's 20 years old, wonder kid, potentially the best player in the world. I reckon he'd be the best right back, maybe the best right winger as well. Trevor Cavell come in and did quite decent for us, coming halfway. I know we paid £35 million for him, but he did do a job for us. Tomaselli did well, didn't play as many games as I was expecting him to, but he was edged out, wasn't he, in defensive midfield position. We had so many good players that could play there. We were playing him in defence, playing him right back as well, but Jefferson coming in, edged quite a few players out of the team. Pfeiffer was a deal that was done before me, but 8 goals from him. Absolutely phenomenal. Dan Wells did a job as well. Again, didn't do as many play as many games as I was expecting him though. I mean, he still registered 8 assists and 6 goals. So yeah, it was a really good signing there. Skriniar come in, did a decent job. Batata, had high hopes for him. He was a wonder kid. He's no longer a wonder kid, so we're probably going to try and shift him on. We're not going to bring Skriniar back. He's 39 years old. I know his attributes are fantastic still, but I want to go down the younger route for defenders. I know we got Reece James coming in, who's 35, but for centre backs, I want the younger players coming in, like trying to play Gaston Diaz. But whether or not he plays a different story. He didn't play many games when we signed him. He's probably going to be loaned out in the summer. Season results then. So Premier League, we got an A+ there. We were predicted to finish 5th and we won the league. Benjamin Sesko getting 24 goals there. It was a little bit hairy towards the end of the season. Losing to Cardiff, losing to Liverpool, dropping points against Man City. It sort of stacked up for those last 3 games. Had we lost all 3 of them, West Ham probably could have taken the lead from us. But hey, happy with that. Conference Cup then, Conference League, Green European Cup. We got a B- for that, and I don't really understand it. We scored so many goals. Benjamin Sesko getting 26 goals in that competition. We won it. We should be getting an A+. I know we were not really meant to be in there. We're too good for it, as proven by the results we got there. FA Cup got C- after getting Tottenham'd in the 5th round, and Carabao Cup we got C after Man City smashed us. Not really worried about that one, if I'm totally honest. Moments to remember then. So, our biggest win was the 8-0 win over Shredder. Sesko getting 4 goals there. Match to remember was the 2-1 win over Liverpool. Evans and Rashford getting the goals, with Nunes scoring a penalty in the last 5 minutes. And goal of the season goes to Giovanni Reina against Brentford. Now, that got goal of the season as well for the Premier League. We will take a look at it. Well, it's not really that memorable to me, but to win goal of the season, it must have been phenomenal. I mean, if it was that good, we would have done a YouTube short, wouldn't we? Finances then. So we are a worldwide club at 4.5 star reputation. That hasn't changed. We've got no new sponsorships. Annual sponsorship is down by 7 million. I guess that's to do with dropping out the Champions League. Broadcast revenue's gone down. I imagine that's Champions League again there. Corporate and hospitality has gone up a little bit. Competition prize money has gone up because we won the Green European Cup. And commercial match day is down by about £500,000, so hopefully we can get that up by being in the Champions League. Merchandises then, we sold 1.2 million shirts. Most of those were Sesko. We made 21.66 million for non-domestic sales out of the 39 million that we made. That's pretty decent. Really happy with that. How we lined up then. Every one of our players got a 7 rating. Lowest on that was Herrero at left back. I mean, Cavell's going to be coming in there, so we should be getting a better rating. Next to that was Dennis Simon at 7.6. So we got Simon in goal. Back four of Herrero, Salazar, Pfeiffer and Jefferson. Lavia at the base midfield. Reina and Palomo in front of him. Rashford on the left, Creno on the right and Sesko up front. Rashford's retiring, isn't he? So we need to replace him there. I've got one player coming in, but whether he's going to be the player that replaces him is a different story. Who else is leaving us? I don't think anyone of these other players are going to be going. I know Lavia and Reina want to go. We'll try and keep him for another season in the Champions League. See if we can get them to sign a new deal with us. Accolades then. So I won Manager of the Month for August, November, December, January and February. Clean sweep there really for about 4 months in a row. And then it sort of dropped off, didn't it, towards the end of the season. And we picked up Manager of the Year. So loads of awards for myself. Player awards then. So Fans Player of the Season was Benjamin Sesko. Young Player of the Season was Jefferson. Signing of the Season you already know was Jefferson. Goal of the Season you knew was Reina. Top goal scorer you know was Sesko with 54. Phenomenal return. Most assists was Creno with 23. Most man of the matches was Sesko with 10. Average rating was Sesko with 7.8 and Skriniar with most passes completed per 90 at 88. And then the record breakers then, we've got Sesko with 54 goals for a season and Rashford with 201 overall league goals. Just going to have a quick look here. We've got Benjamin Sesko winning the FIFA Pro Player of the Year. Sesko winning the Conference League Player of the Year. Sesko winning European Conference League Golden Boot. English Footballer of the Year goes to Coreno. Player went to Coreno. Young player went to Cardoza in the Conference League. English Player of the Year was Carlton Evans. And Jefferson wins Young English Player of the Year. So quite a lot of awards for the players then. History in the making, so it's 2 trophies. Really happy to win the Premier League for the first time in over 20 years in Man United. We have done what only Fergie done. I know I said it a lot in the last episode, but yeah, we are the modern day Alex Ferguson. And yeah, I'm going to laugh at that because we're not really, are we? We've just won the Premier League. We need to win the Champions League, which is what we're going to be doing next season. So, new highest attendance in the Conference Cup. That's gone up by about 150 from what Roma did nearly 10 years ago. Sesko sets average highest rating in that competition as well, of 8.62. Sesko breaks the record. Season planning then, we'll go through that in a little bit. We know Sesko's won that, so give him a quick pat on the head. Same with Cardozo. He's going to want some players after, some clubs after him. And in squad of the season, we absolutely dominated that, except for one player. Is this player any good? No, not really. Not compared to Evans. Not compared to Sesko. What else have we got here? So the best 11 is this. How many of these players are mine? So Simon, we didn't buy him though. Lavia, we didn't buy him. None of the players that we bought. Maybe Coreno, Evans. None of those we bought. I mean, we're going to get at Max Aaron's out of team, aren't we? We're going to get Jefferson in there at some point. Club expectations then. So they want us to play attacking football, which we do. Possession-based football, we control possession, makes the most of set pieces. I think in any save, as long as you don't tick that, they have a moaner you, even if you score loads of goals from that. Entertaining football, I like to think we're playing entertaining football, high-tempo football as well. Work within the wage budget, grow the club's reputation, and increase commercial revenue. The only way we can do that is by having a affiliate outside the country, but the board don't want to do it because of the financial position the club's in at the moment, so we can't really increase that there. In terms of seasons end, so you want to reach the last stages of the Champions League and qualify for the Champions League, and then my contract expires at the end of the season after, but they want to be recognised as the best of the rest. We just won the Premier League. We should be the best of the best, not the best of the rest. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to try and win the title again. Supporters profile then, so hardcore's gone down, core has gone down, family's gone down, but Fairweather has gone up. We've gone up by 4.6 million followers on the social medias. If only my social medias went up like that, that'd be fantastic. So, quick look at the transfers, what we've got coming in then. So, we've got Spezia, or Spazia, however you want to say it, coming in for £3 million. He's a centre-back, can also play left and right, but we're loaning him back out to Plisa. To Police straight after. Max Dyson's coming in for £32 million from Fulham. Reece James is coming in for 6.75 million, sorry. Aitor Castro's coming in as well, and so is Oscar Calarisa. He's a young player, so we're going to probably ship him out on loan for a little bit. This is probably our Rashford replacement. Does look pretty decent. Has that 4.5 star reputation, well, potential. So it could do the job there. We'll just have to wait and see. But we'll go into more depth when they sign for the club. Where else do we need players then? I'm thinking this area is fine at the moment. I mean, do we need to click on here? Yeah, we do need to click on there. We're a season ahead of ourselves. So goalkeeper, we are fine. Amberg is wanted. He is a wonder kid, and I'm wondering whether to sell him or not and just go with Clayton and Napper. Left back, I think we're fine. Max Clark, Nestoras, Herrero, Cavell. I think we're right there. Centre back, we're definitely strong. Especially with Max Dyson joining us as well. Right back, I think we're fine there. Jefferson, Reece James, Moreno, Nestoras. Yeah, I think we're okay there then. Defensive midfield, Reece James could play there. Contreras, Navarro, Lavia, got some players there. Midfield, do we have enough bodies there? Castro's not going to play there because he is our left winger. They're youth players. Navarro plays at the base of midfield. Contreras plays at the base of midfield. Cardozo plays on the left. I think we need maybe one more in there. Right wing, we are definitely fine. Coreno, Jefferson, Evans, Lavia, Tavani, Cambisios. Left wing, we got Reina, Castro, Tavani, Cardozo, Cambisios. We're fine there. And up front, we've got Evans and Sesko. So maybe we loan in another striker. And a midfielder is what we're going to be looking at. Maybe when it comes to midfield, maybe we need a little bit more experience in there. I know we've got Lavia and Rain at 30 and 31. Everyone else is pretty young, so I think that's where we're going to aim to go for. Striker-wise, maybe we look for a young player. Just look around and see what we can find. So when we come back, we'll have a look at what transfers we got. It doesn't look like the takeover, the consortium takeover, the tycoon takeover is going to happen after all. Our chairman has come out and rubbished those takeover talks now, so we're still going to be struggling along with this 25% transfer revenue, like retained from anyone we sell now, which is going to make it a little bit difficult in terms of trying to bring some transfers in then. So we are looking at bringing in this guy. He's a right back, wing back, and can also play defensive midfielder. We've also got another midfielder who can also play attacking and striker. Both of them are wonder kids. We're also potentially looking at Mason Mount to come in midfield. It's going to cost us a little bit of money, and he's 35 years old. I don't really want to pay £10 million for him. My limit's probably about 6 for a player like that, but we'll see what we can do. If we have to sell some players and then just lose some of it within the club, that's what it has to be. But at the moment, this is looking like our transfers for the summer. Doesn't look like we can find a striker at the moment. These are the guys that are basically just going to back us up from where we are. It's just going to be fighting between Evans and Sesko. So the transfer window is now open. We welcome 4 players in. First one being Reece James. You know him from Chelsea. You know him from my time at England as well. He's 34 years old. We've got him coming in for a season. His attributes still look fantastic for a 34-year-old. Can play centre-back, can play defensive midfield, can play midfield if he must. But we're bringing him in as an option here at right back. He's 4-star current ability, 4-star potential as well. So he's playing his absolute limit and he's still absolutely wonderful. Chelsea let him go for 6.75 million, where last season probably was his worst season. I probably can get a decent season out of him. So yeah, really happy to bring him in for a good price. Next one is Max Dyson, another English player. Can play centre-back, can also play left-back. He's 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. Comes in with massive value as well. I mean, look at these attributes as well. Physical side of his game is wonderful. Jumping reach is 16, combine that with heading of 13, so he's going to get a couple of goals there just like Pfeiffer does. Anticipation is good, it's 16, tackling is 16 as well, marking of 15, so he is that centre-back that we want, the centre-back that we're looking to improve in that area. Next in is Aitor Castro, comes in from Almeria, who were down in Liga 2 last season. He got 11 goals, 5 assists. in 42 appearances, so pretty decent return from him. He is going to be our Rashford replacement when Rashford comes in and retires. He's got technique of 16, passing of 13, dribbling of 16, so he's going to be running up and down that left-hand wing with his a pretty good physical attributes as well. Mental side of his game is good too. Just needs to work on his work rate a little bit, maybe his teamwork. Whether we can do that is a different story. So yeah, really happy to bring him in. 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. And the last one coming in is Oscar Calarissa. He's just a young player. He's got really good potential. He's 1.5-star current ability, but can raise to 4.5-star if we can get him to achieve that. Physical side of his game does need some work along with his technique side, but vision of 16, if he's going to sit there, if we do eventually play the attacking midfielder that can just ping balls around as the playmaker, that vision is absolutely fantastic compared with his passing. And decision making is pretty good. We probably prove on that as well, but yeah, really happy with our transfer business so far. We just need to hopefully get our other players through the door. So we're looking at, Spezia comes in at the end of January end of January, start of January next year, but he's going back out on loan again. And then we got these two if we can get the money for them. I'm edging towards bringing this guy in over the right back. This is a player that we could probably mould to play as the Mazzala, maybe mould him to be a third striker for us as well. He can't really play in the poacher role though. He's down at 2 for that one, but he can do it. We just probably need to give him game time there, so that's probably where I'm going to go. Bring this guy in first and then just delay the other transfer. So, Tiziano Cortinovis has joined us, 18-year-old wonder kid, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Fans think a B+, so he can play in the striker role, behind the striker and in midfield. We're probably going to look to play in these two positions, train him as a Mazzala and then maybe as a poacher. If we have a look at his attributes then, physical side of his game does look good. We can improve on that though. Mental side is good. Bravery is 17, flair 17, vision 17, with passing a 16. Maybe we won't train him as a Mazzala. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the Mazzala would work for him. Let's have a quick look on there. Yeah, he does suit the Mazzala role quite well, so maybe that's where we will play him. He's 5'10", he's quite small, so he's going to nip in and out where we need to. It's cost us £9.5 million. That leaves us with £4 million there. If you have a look at what transfers we are looking at, we have gone in for Mason Mount. We need confirmation on that one, but it's going to cost us £7.5 million off the transfer budget. We haven't got that there yet, so we're going to have to shuffle some money around. Maybe sell a few players to get that through the door, and then this one is just on a work permit as well. So we need about £20 million to bring those guys in. Can we find it though? So we finally confirmed Mason Mount as a player. It does look pretty good for 35 years old. We have paid £5 million for him. There is a few add-ons as well that could make that increase. Didn't realise you could play defensive midfielder in the deep line playmaker role, so really happy to do that, considering the player that we've had to get rid of to fund this deal. And that player is Navarro. Navarro is going to be going to Real Madrid for £50 million. We didn't get a lot of money though. What's 25% of 50? That's what, £12.5 million. It's not enough money to be able to bring in the other guy we're looking at, Cremona. So we're still going to have to try and shift another player out to bring this guy in. This guy we might have to just pull the plug on this deal and wait till next summer. But yeah, Mason Mount in, Navarro out. The team is looking pretty good. Right, we've officially rolled into the new season then. Our first game is going to be against Tottenham in the Community Shield. A week later, we then play Aston Villa away for our first game. So what we'll show you is the Community Shield instead of the first game of the new season. And then we'll go on from there. At the moment, if we have a quick look at the Premier League, they are predicting we're going to finish second. So we're behind Man City, 3-1 to win the league. And we have 1, 2, 3 players in the Dream 11 at the moment. Reina, Coreno and Jefferson. Jefferson is our best player in the league. He's the 5th best player according to all of this. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I reckon we can probably win the league again. given the signings that we have got. There might be potential movement on that right back, on Cremona, because Arsenal have come in for Lavia, and he said if we reject any deals, then he will be upset. He wants to leave anyway at the end of the summer, or the end of next summer. So I think we cash in on that. It's going to be 40 million up front, 58 million with a couple of clauses coming in with that one. So that will be invested into bringing in Cremona. And then I think we're pretty much done there. Cremona will come in and replace Lavia. We got Mason Mount who can play there as well. So yeah, it's losing key figurehead players that are absolutely fantastic, but we're bringing in the youth and bringing this age down. I say that as we brought Mason Mount in and Reece James, who are both old. So we say goodbye to Marcus Rashford. He has now retired. Played for Man United for pretty much all of his career. Well, it was all of his career. He didn't go out on loan on anyone. Played 614 league games, 201 goals for them. Absolute fantastic servant. I mean, for England, played 90 caps, got 25 goals as well. I reckon he probably could have gone another 2 more years. He's 36 years old. I mean, his attributes are brilliant. But why he's retired, I don't know. We tried to convince him. He wasn't having any of it. So it's one player that we are massively going to miss within this football club, but it does bring the wage bill down. We're still over it by a little bit, but I mean, once Navarro leaves and a couple of other players, we are going to be under it. So we might be able to move that in to get Cremona through the door, who we are still struggling to get over the line at the moment. And then, saying that, they've cancelled the deal, so he ain't going to be coming to us. We're going to have to find another option now. So Navarro has now gone, so has João Gomez. That brings us down massively within the wage budget. We're paying 3.8. We have 4.2 as our budget. We could probably move some of this into the transfer fund. I mean, if we go to the absolute limit, we got £20 million. We probably could bring in Cremona, but we are trying to get him on loan as we speak. Speaking of which, we have had confirmation that he does want to join us. We'll go through the negotiations now quickly. I'm not going to say yes to that. I want him as a squad player. Negotiate this here. 58. Can we get him down to 54? No, he wants 70. So we'll go back to 58. Hopefully he accepts that deal. He does. So fingers crossed we're going to get him. I know Fulham's in for him as well. We do lose quite a few more players. Cardozo's looking at interest as well from Juve. That's a player we tried to bring in, but yeah, he's ridiculous money, so that ain't going to happen. And there is the offer for Cardozo. So they are offering 25.5 at the moment, and then 23.5 over 12 monthly instalments. What are we like on the left? I mean, Reina, Castro, Tavani. He's Cambisius is there as well. Maybe we do let him go, because that is good value. And Herrera's got a bid in. He doesn't want to play for us anymore. He's saying he's going to leave at the end of summer, so we're going to cash in on before he actually leaves. Can we push this to 35? They're saying yeah. So yeah, there we go. We go 35 there, and Herrera rejecting that because that's a ridiculous offer. So yeah, some good deals. Maybe Cremona's going to come in on the loan. £25 million though. Maybe I might cancel that deal when it comes up to it, because that's a lot of money, and we just look for someone else. I know we chased him for a majority of the summer, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's not the right player. I mean, can we cancel that deal? Let's withdraw the contract, and then make that offer. And we just have to see what happens. If he wants to come in, he will come in, but it's up to him at the end of the day now. So yeah, all my messing around with Cremona, he doesn't actually want to join us. It looks like he's going to be going to either Villa or Liverpool now. So it's one player we've lost because of finances and juggling things around and trying to make things work. So we do need to find somebody who can play defensive midfield. The other offer that has come in is for Lavia from Arsenal. They're in a contract at the moment. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening there. Potentially £80 million coming in, and we won't see a lot of it, which is a bit of a bummer. Lavia has gone to Arsenal for 46 million, can rise to 58 million, but only gives us 10 million in the transfer kitty. We can move a little bit of the wage budget though. I'm going to go I'm going to go to that. It still gives us, what, £500,000 to spend, near enough. And gives us also £22 million to spend in the transfer market. We are looking at this guy from Brighton, so we might need to change a few more things again. He can play left back, he can play on that left wing. He is a wonder kid as well. £24.5 million is what they want for him, so I think that's going to be enough. I mean, he's Brazilian, maybe at 4-star potential. Maybe it's not the best, but yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see what we can do. This is really annoying me, this 25% transfer retain stuff. If we have a look at the projections, we're going to be £17 million in the red by the end of it. So they do need to change a lot of things up. It's just this here, isn't it? The £450 million bank loan that they've got left to pay off. So we'll have to do what we can do. Octavio does join us then. £24.5 million wonder kid. 2-star current really, can raise to 4.5 stars, so it's up from what it was initially. Can play left back, can also play centre back and left wing. We are going to use him here as Herrera is going to be off, so he's going to be Cavill's understudy. We'll train him up nicely as best as we can. He has been with Brighton for 1 season. They've made about £10 million profit on him in the Premier League. He played 15 games last season, 2 assists, so hopefully we can do that with him as well. Other transfer wise then, Joaquim's going to be going out on loan. We could get a little bit of money for him there. Herrera, we know about that. Tomaselli's also going to be going out on loan for a little bit, and Cardozo now has another bid in for him from Leipzig. It's £48 million, can rise to 60, so it's going to be a little bit of a tussle between Juve and Leipzig now. Would be difficult to lose him. He's a left winger, but we do have players that can cover there, and we need the money, if I'm totally honest. If we have a look at where we are with the debts, it's going down, but we just need money. We need money in the coffers. We need money to run the club and get rid of the debts and be able to bring in players for next season, and that's what I'm going to do with a lot of the money, is just try and move it on for that, so we can bring in some decent players for next year. At the moment we are looking at a potential still second place finish there, with 2 players now in the Dream 11 being Jefferson and Coreno. I mean, he was on the left wing. Reyna's out injured, that's why he's not in there at the moment, so yeah, it's going to be alright. I think we're going to win the league. Champions League, I mean, that's a different story. Couple more players out the door then. Joaquim's gone on loan to Troyes, so has Tomaselli. And Aitor Herrera has joined Newcastle for £18 million, can rise to 22.5. That gives us £6 million in the transfer fund now. We aren't looking to bring anyone in at the moment other than these 2 guys. Daniel Alves is a young player we're bringing in from Liverpool FC over in Uruguay. Play midfield, central midfield, and central attacking midfield and striker. And then Bastian Brun could be joining us to play up on the left. He's a loan deal, so it's on the left, in the centre, and as a striker. 19 years old. Could be a good option for us. Cardozo, is he leaving us or is he not? I did get an email saying he's up in the air with that. He has rejected the 2 contracts from Juve and Leipzig, so we'll probably keep him now. I do like him as a player. He is pretty decent. He wants to leave due to interest shown in him, but I mean, you need to accept the contract you want to go. Baptist still can't find anywhere for him, and Dan Wells, we also put him on the transfer list because of his wages. But other than that, we are doing pretty fine. I probably could move some of this across, but I'm not going to bother with it. We'll keep it as we are at the moment. The squad is looking good. It's pretty bloated at the moment. I mean, this is everybody who's here within the first team, so we might need to move some of these players. I mean, Bill's Mark, we need to get rid of him. I'm not going to play him. Who's after him? 2 teams again for a loan deal. I don't want a loan deal. I want money for him. A guide price is 30 million. Let's drop him down to 25. See what that does. So they're still after loan deals. And then we'll offer him out at £25 million. Say he's transfer listed. See what happens there. See if we can get a bite on him. That's going to be another player out the door that isn't going to be playing. So we do get the two players through the door then. Daniel Alves turns out to be a wonder kid. He's a 2.5 star current ability, 4-star potential player. We only paid £1.4 million for him. Attributes do look fantastic. We are going to stick him down in the under-21s for the time being, just so he gets used to playing in England and develops that little bit more for us, gets him those game times. Maybe we'll bring him on in Champions League matches where we're playing against the weaker opponent. Definitely play him in cup matches as well. The other guy that we had is Bastian Brum. We got an E rating for that from the fans. I'm guessing that is because of his finishing rating at 9. It's not the best, but I mean, he's just an option off the bench for us and just fills a slot where we need. I felt we're weak in certain areas. He comes in just to add that little bit of support. Two more players out the door then. Batata's gone to Porto and so is Denmark. Denmark's gone for £22.5 million. Batata is 18.25. That now gives us £12 million in the transfer fund. It's still not enough to bring in any real significant players, if I'm totally honest. But looking at the squad planner, I think we're pretty much there. We are overloaded in midfield. Defence, we look strong. Right back, we look strong. Left back, we're still okay. I mean, this is what we're going to have to go with, if I'm totally honest. Strike, defence, goalkeeper, we will get there eventually. I'm happy with these three. Defensive midfield, I'm okay with that there. I think it's going to be Mason Mount that plays there. Maybe Reece James. I mean, both of those coming in from Chelsea fighting for one position. That's going to be absolutely fantastic for us. Left, we've got Cardozo. I'm not going to sell now. I might try and offer him a contract, actually. I mean, we've got Castro as well. So we've got players that can play there. Right-hand side, we are pretty strong there. And up front, we have options. So, really happy with the business we've done so far. I don't think there's anyone else that is going to be joining us. I mean, if we do need to find someone, it is going to be in defensive midfield, where I think we are the weakest. Maybe left back, although we brought Octavio in, didn't we? So we don't need anybody there. So yeah, defensive midfield is probably the option we go for. If we bring anyone in, I can't see it happening though, given the amount of money we got and the amount of money that we need to shell out for a very strong player to play in those positions. If we have a look at the Premier League, where the media think, they still think second, and we still have just the right hand side covered by us, although Jefferson is now the 4th best player in the league, and Carlton Evans is up there as well. So I mean, he's not going to get in there unless Haaland leaves. Carl Ball couldn't do it for me in England, yet he's the best player in England so far. Liverpool got a steal there, didn't they, of £113 million when they bought him from Leicester. But yeah, I reckon Premier League is going to be ours. We just need to go and deliver it now. It is the Community Shield time then. We take on Tottenham in this one. It is a glorified friendly at the end of the day, but a trophy is a trophy, and the team we're putting out there to hopefully win this one is Simon in goal, a back four of Cavell, Pfeiffer, Dyson and James, Mason Mount in the base midfield, Contreras and Plomo in front of him, Cardozo on the left, Coreno on the right and Evans up front. Sesko has picked up an injury. It was during a friendly match, so he's going to be missing this game and possibly the Aston Villa game at the start of the season. We also got Reina out for a little bit as well. He's torn his hamstring. He did that during the World Cup. He should be back round about September time. So let's go out, let's go and win this one. Give the fans something to cheer about, and at the end of the day, it is another trophy. And it's straight away from the kickoff with Tottenham then, playing it back to their defender, into their goalkeeper. They're working it through the centre of the pitch at the moment, and I thought they had a heavy touch then. Evans steps in and does win the ball though. Gives it to Coreno. Coreno into the box, cuts it back, finds James. James on his debut and has put it in the back of the net. It's hit the goalkeeper, it's gone down as an own goal, but 30 seconds on the clock. We've gone 1-0 up. Can we do what is happening to Tottenham at the moment? Can we go like 3-0 up in 15 minutes, 5-0 up in 20 minutes? I shouldn't really say that because Tottenham is my team in real life, and it is frustrating to watch them. We've got a throw in here. James right hand side into Coreno, back to James. James gives it all the way back to Simon. Pfeiffer now. Where is he going to go with it? He goes to Dyson. Palomo into Coreno. Coreno shifts it forward into Evans. He's got options to his left if he can find them. He goes on his own and it's a big save from the goalkeeper and we have a corner. Man United head for this one. If we can get it in the back of the net, that'd be brilliant. 2-0 up inside 10 minutes. Cardozo puts it in, trying to find Pfeiffer. He doesn't find him though. Palomo's chasing the ball down, wins it. Into James. Cavell. And the highlight does end there. Tottenham playing it out from the back. They shift it over to that left-hand side. Can we get the head onto this ball? Oh, the mix up there. And luckily they put it wide. Dennis Simon and the defender, massive communication mix-up. Luckily they haven't punished us. Tottenham have a throw-in on their left-hand side. They give it to the goal scorer. Well, the goal scorer for us. As they work it through the centre. It's a sliding challenge. We haven't won the ball yet though. Tottenham down that left-hand side. They've got options just about getting into the box. Two players round that player and they managed to come away with the ball anyway. It's a shot and it's bobbled up off of Pfeiffer into the back of the net. 2 own goals in this match now, both off of the centre-backs. Man United 1, Tottenham 1. The two changes at half-time are Jefferson on for Reece James and Daniel Alves on for Evans up front. Tottenham have got the ball. They've given it back to their goalkeeper. Evans was pretty tired after that first half. That's why we've taken him off. We do need to work on his fitness as Sesko is out at the moment and Tottenham giving the ball away into Dyson. Palomo gives it to Coreno. Back to Jefferson. Back into Coreno. Coreno's in the box. Steps on it. Turns round. Whips the ball across. Can't find any of our players. Tottenham get it clear. Cavell gets the ball. Gives it to Pfeiffer. Palomo's on it. Trying down the right hand side again now. Jefferson. Jefferson into the box. Can he find a cross? He does, but Tottenham get it clear and Mason Mount's got the ball. Cavell on the left hand side. Can he put it across into anybody? He doesn't. He flashes it across the goal. Should have put it in there. Should have just chipped it up, put it into the mixer. Just dealt with the ball then. Tottenham have got loads of space on this left hand side and they work it over to the right. Cavell with the head finds Cardozo. Cardozo's got a bit of work to do. Turns round. I thought he was going to run into a Tottenham player. Then he didn't. And Alves is into the box. First time shot is saved from the goalkeeper. 2 more changes then. Salazar comes on for Pfeiffer at the back and Cardozo goes off and Castro comes on for his debut. 22 minutes on the clock as Tottenham have a throw-in on their left hand side. Staying at the back at the moment as they shift it through the centre. We're not putting any pressure on the players trying to win the ball. I think if Sesko is on he might do the pressure. They put pressure on then because they pushed it back to their goalkeeper. And again they come up through the centre. Big chip forward. There's loads of space on that right hand side. We're not watching him. Cavell's not there. He's into the box and Dennis Simon has bundled that one. Should have been saving it. Man United 1, Tottenham 2. Final 2 changes then. Cavell comes off and Octavio comes on for his debut and Mason Mount is off and Cortinovas comes on as Tottenham have got a corner. Cortinovas is chasing his ball down. Gives it in to Coreno. Coreno turns Palomo. Now he shifts its left hand side where there is space. Octavio's on the ball. Gives it to Castro. Castro's been challenged and lost the ball. Alves wins it. Now it's back with Castro. Castro loops it up. Trying to find... I don't know who is over on that side. Dyson gives the ball to Salazar. Contreras back to Salazar. Now he shifts it forward. Finds Castro. Castro puts it across and hits the Tottenham player. Palomo with the ball into Cortinovas. Salazar. Just push it forward, boys. Salazar again. We're staying on this left hand side of Octavio. He chips it forward trying to find Castro. We've got a penalty here. It is going to go to VAR. Castro got himself sandwiched between 2 players. It's not going to VAR. We've got the penalty. And it is going to be Coreno stepping up for this one. And he puts it in the back of the net. 2-2. Come on, boys. Game on. Tottenham with a free kick. Play it towards the edge of the box. Oh, what a goal that was. I can't take anything away from that one. That was guided nicely into the far corner. Dennis Simon had no chance. Man United 2, Tottenham 3. I think Tottenham's going to win the Community Shield here. Into last minute of time added on, we do lose the Community Shield. I mean, it's another trophy for Tottenham though, isn't it? I mean, can't win it in real life, but win it here. I'm not going to watch this. It's not my team within the game winning it, so... What do we say to them? Disappointed we couldn't win a trophy. We'll say that. But yeah, it's a good showing for some of our players. Good debut for a lot of them. Some good goals there. Some nice passes. Nice movement. We just need to translate that now into the league. We have put an offer in for Raspador. He doesn't want to join us though. that was because Cardozo was going to be going to Arsenal. So let's have a look at the schedule then. I would probably come back for the Man City game and any Champions League game that is around there. Maybe we come back for our first Champions League game and whatever game is after that. We haven't had the draw yet, so I imagine it's going to be around here that it is. More than likely in between the Derby and the Man City games. So we do that one and then Man City. Before we do go, we will have a quick look at the Premier League, where the media think they're still probably going to be second, aren't we? Yep, 7-2 to win it. Just Jefferson and Coreno in the Dream 11, although Carlton Evans is now the 4th best player in there, but can't get past Rodriguez and Ball. So lots to look at, lots of good things that are happening here. Hopefully we can win the Premier League and the Champions League with the squad we just built. So a lot of business done in that transfer window, and a shame we couldn't pick up the Community Shield. But if you guys have enjoyed that anyway, drop a big thumbs up on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already done so. And as always guys, thank you very much for watching.